one of the most historic moments in music history. Ozzy Osbourne's final bow at Back to the Beginning in Birmingham, his final time performing with Black Sabbath, and you see that lineup, a fitting of an icon like Ozzy, music history, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, so many music legends from around the world all coming together for this one moment, taking place just minutes away from where Ozzy grew up, and as the world would tragically learn just weeks later that Ozzy had passed away, and we're still mourning that loss. And now there's been some really interesting developments by way of the U.S. Patent Office that, as we have seen in the past, when other beloved musicians pass away, there will be a public tribute show. We saw that with Taylor Hawkins. We saw that with Chester Bennington. And certainly for the millions and millions of U.S. fans of Ozzy Osbourne who didn't have the opportunity to go all the way to Birmingham and say their goodbyes as Ozzy took his final bow, a public tribute show for Ozzy here in the U.S. would be absolutely massive. And again, there would be no shortage of bands that would want to play that event. And so this new filing here at the Patent Office is really interesting. There's no guarantees of anything happening, but the fact that it was filed really raising some eyebrows in music, making you wonder about the potential of a massive public tribute concert dedicated to the life and legacy of Ozzy Osbourne. Here's what we know. This past summer, the entire metal world came together for that historic day, Back to the Beginning. The final, unforgettable farewell for the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, and the band that started it all, Black Sabbath. It was the perfect send-off, a celebration of a legacy that will never be matched. But now, new legal filings suggest that the Back to the Beginning name might not be retired after all. So what's really going on here? Let's rewind for a second. The first and so far only Back to the Beginning festival went down on July 5th in Birmingham, UK. It was billed as the absolute final live performance from Ozzy. The lineup was absolutely insane. You had Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, and a ton of other rock royalty on the stage, all paying tribute to the music of Ozzy and Sabbath. The whole thing was live streamed for charity. And that event, of course, took an even heavier meaning when Ozzy tragically passed away from a heart attack on July 22nd, just a few weeks after that final show. It sealed that show in history as his true swan song. But here's where the story takes a very interesting turn. It's being reported that a trademark application has just been filed in the US for the name Back to the Beginning. And get this, the filing was registered specifically for entertainment services in the nature of live musical performance. The language there is key. This isn't for t-shirts or a documentary. Directly points to potential live shows. And the company behind the filing isn't just some random group. It's Moonwise Ltd, a firm that has managed Ozzy's rights for a long time. So this gives the filing some serious weight, and reports say a similar application is expected to be filed in the UK. So the big question is why? What could they be planning, if anything? There are a couple of possibilities here. We know there's a 100-minute concert film of that final show in the works, set to come out in 2026. These trademark filings simply could be to protect the name for promotional events tied to that movie's release. But the wording of the trademark for live musical performance has a lot of people thinking bigger. Could Ozzy's estate be planning to bring the Back to the Beginning to the US as a massive tribute festival to honor his life in music? Of course, nothing is confirmed, but it would definitely serve as a major way for American fans to also be able to pay their respects and celebrate the godfather of metal, with today's biggest bands once again paying tribute on that stage. And of course, it's important to note it could also be nothing. It could just be tied to the documentary release, but we know that there would be millions and millions of American fans who would like to have the opportunity to attend a tribute to honor the life and legacy of Ozzy as well. Remember, after that final show from Ozzy, he was still intending to release music. He was working on various projects, and this was not expected. So, to have the potential, although he played his final show, to have some tribute shows as well, that would be special. But whatever it is that they end up doing, we know that the fans are going to support it 100%. Definitely looking forward to seeing that concert documentary when it comes out as well. But let me know what you all think down in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe and notifications on for the latest news and updates right here from Rockfeed.